Man, have I got a good story for you today. Meet Rachel Millward. Now, she seems like a completely normal person from Middle England. She is married, she's got two children, she lives in Sussex, and she is a councillor for an area in Sussex. And she is a, a normal, middle class, modern, progressive person. And so, as the deputy leader of the Green Party in England and Wales, and a Green councillor, she naturally lives in a nearly entirely white area of the country. 94% white is the place she lives. And as you can see from the density of the housing, quite rural it looks. So she's living in heaven, absolute heaven. And good for her. This is the best kind of place you could possibly live, in my opinion. Just somewhere in the leafy, like timeless areas of England that haven't been despoiled by modernity. Perfect. You can afford all of your luxury beliefs because fundamentally you don't have to live by them. So when you're at the Green Party conference, you can say bold things like this.
There will be a day when we sit our grandchildren on our knees and we tell them, first they came for the immigrants. So we hung out flags from all the nations and we said, refugees are welcome here.
Here being the point of contention, right? Because where does here mean? Does here mean her leafy, almost entirely white English area of Sussex? Or does it mean where you live? Does it mean not here, not with her, but with you guys instead? Because the other day, the Labour government was like, yeah, we've got to do something about these asylum seekers in hotels, costing the earth. Maybe we'll move them to disused military barracks. And there just happens to be one in her district. And so she was like, well, hang on a second, British government, I don't want you sending 600 asylum seekers to Crowborough Army Camp as a temporary location because this is causing major problems. We are worried about the safety of both asylum seekers and local communities. Why would you be worried about the safety of the local community? What possible danger is there from asylum seekers being placed in your innocent and naive area of Middle England? What possible objection could you have? It was wrong for the Home Office to do this to them. We requested you engage with all relevant public sectors. We were told we'd be able to meet you on site. Your team assured us that all of this would be perfectly fine, and for some reason, you're still shoving these 600 unvetted asylum seekers with us, and we're not happy about it. Following the briefing, we wrote to you and highlighted various concerns. Quite clearly, accommodating 600 men on one site with no right to work brings significant risks. Wow, does it? What are those risks exactly? Would you like to elucidate them? Maybe you should enumerate them. Maybe you can enlighten us as to what the risks of 600 unvetted foreign men just being allowed to just roam around in your local area. What possible risks that entails? Because, I mean, no one seems to be able to explain from the Green Party, because I hear that they're just doctors, nurses, lawyers, brain surgeons, nuclear technicians, rocket scientists, and everything else that apparently Britain needs. But please do not underestimate the gravity of the situation here. The Home Office's lack of presence locally is lamentable, and given your team's total failure to keep the promises, it's essential you reverse your decision. Signed, Councillor James Partridge and Councillor Rachel Millward. Really, it's essential to reverse the decision. So I thought, hang on a second. Whoa. One, what are you being so racist about, Rachel? There's nothing wrong with refugees. They are just here to help us, and it's our duty to help them. Then I don't know what this danger and safety that you're concerned about, and I thought that refugees were welcome here. Now, of course, a lot of people were like, yeah, well, Rachel, I mean, you do seem to be kind of pro-refugee, so why wouldn't you be pro-refugee in Sussex, in your little slice of heaven? And the Labour Party suggested the other day, well, do we need a radical reform of the asylum system? Like maybe the Denmark model to keep them segregated away from wider society? Just, hell no.
And I think we need to radically reform our asylum system. We've got horrific backlogs. It's not necessary. We need safe and legal routes so people can seek asylum before they get here. I think It's obviously the wrong thing to do to put 600 men in a camp, 600 men who are fleeing trauma and persecution, 600 men who are not rooted in their communities. It's a vulnerable moment. It's obviously neither safe for those people or for communities around. It's a
Why would it not be safe for the communities around? You're not suggesting that these men might do something, are you? These men fleeing trauma and persecution. They're not going to rape anyone, are they? They're not going to murder anyone. I mean, come on. Maybe the people of Sussex could open their hearts and open their houses, open their lives. If you're right, the military camp's probably not suitable. Maybe you should just gin up a spare room each. I'm sure you guys have got houses big enough to have spare rooms. So maybe you should just do your part. It'd be the right thing to do. So Rachel wanted to make herself perfectly clear. Let me make it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Just not here in Sussex in this army camp because of the safety of the local community. But they are definitely welcome here. Whatever the royal here is, just in England somewhere, just not with me. So they're welcome here. They should have a right to work, and we should have safe routes, but not house them in the army camp near me. And the Home Office should do as I say. And we shouldn't have a hostile environment of fear and division because mean. We don't want to be mean to the people that I think are causing danger in the community. Not sure. Not exactly sure what her problem is. But anyway, this has carried on, and on, and on. And Morgoth is a genuinely funny tweet. It's day 4 of the Refugees Welcome Green Party finding a way to weasel out of actually housing 600 of them in their area. Which is exactly what this is. Exactly what this is. In fact, again, they're stuck on the horns of a genuinely hilarious dilemma. Of course, we ideologically and morally are committed to infinite numbers of foreign, unvetted men flooding our country. I just don't want them in the area where my children go to school. I just don't want them wandering around my streets. I'm happy for them to wander around your streets. If it's not near me, that's not my problem. That's your problem, because I'm morally superior to you. And man, look at the eyes on this. Just Jesus. But it's just so good.
Fundamentally, I do not think we should be housing asylum seekers in camps. And people say, well, what should we be doing? And I'm like, well, asylum seekers should have the right to work. And that would mean that people could come and they could integrate into our society. They could bring skills that we need, actually. These, there are doctors and surgeons and, barbers and all sorts of different people. And they could come and bring those skills and integrate into our society and then pay their way and have that dignity. And
honestly, the idea that she thinks these people, doctors, surgeons, and barbers. That's right, we've got a lack of barbers in Britain. I know that your local high street might have about half a dozen Turkish barbers. You might think, we only had one before. How much hair are these guys actually cutting? Don't get me wrong, they do a lot of grooming. I appreciate it. It's so comical, it's so clownish. I can't give a straight face. There's no way to believe the double thing. It's like, look, we need the doctors and surgeons to come over. However, they are a danger to the local community. They are welcome here, but just not here, somewhere else. And that's fine. And this is what I believe. Asylum seekers are welcome here. They're welcome here. And man, there was a surgery in their constituency, and the locals were like, you know what? Bullshit. And this one particular woman absolutely gave her both barrels. It was so good. And we're just going to watch it and try not to laugh over it.
My second question is actually directly to you, Rachel. It does actually go to you as well, James. You did a video the other day, Rachel, saying that all of these people, doctors and engineers and surgeons that are coming here, and we should give them the right to work. Now, firstly, engineers, doctors and surgeons do not come from France on a dinghy and throw their medical certificate overboard. It's very clear to me that you really don't understand the small boat crisis. So therefore, I'm going to say, why don't you resign, both of you, and make way for someone who understands the crisis?
Get him, lads.
It's not a joke, Rachel. I'm serious. You do not have the capabilities to do this. You don't understand the small boat crisis. Step down, both of you, and let someone else take lead and actually get us what we need and represent this community, because you don't.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. I love every second of it. And, of course, what's she going to do? No, guys. We definitely need these 600 asylum seekers, because, of course, they're doctors and brain surgeons and whatnot. But I have already conceded that it's dangerous and unsafe to just let them wander around. And therefore, I have to object on the technique. Oh, it's the army camp. They shouldn't be in the army camp. Well, should they be in a hotel? Should you be taking them into your own homes? Oh, they should be allowed jobs. What do you mean jobs? Who are these people? They threw their qualifications in the ocean or something. Ridiculous. And again, all this is doing is highlighting the fundamental hypocrisy of the sort of virtue signalling Middle Englander, the Green voting or Lib Dem voting type, who know that they can get brownie points by saying, "Oh, I'm so progressive," with their little progressive friends. But the second that reality comes into contact, they're like, "Well, nope. Refugees are welcome, just not in my community. Thank you very much. But don't mistake me, refugees are very definitely welcome." Love it. Love everything about this. And I love the people who are just not having any of this. You know, these good folks who are just like, yeah, no, fuck this shit. I don't want a bunch of random young men wandering around my community. We've got families. We've got businesses. We've got responsibilities. We do not want this nonsense here. And they're saddled with the Greens in their council. Like, this is, honestly, this is going to be what the Reform Revolution is built in, basically. People who are just like, yeah, no, I've decided I'm going to vote racist. It's like, what, for Nigel Farage? Yeah, I've decided that's what I'm going to do.